So I'm just gonna do my reaction to The Gifted, season 2, episode 3, Complications. Last episode was we had some stuff going. We had some stuff going on, like Andy, question, his loyalties being put into question by Riva, especially since he was having shared dreams about Lauren and trying to get in touch with her. And she was Riva being willing to kill him for his conflicted loyalties, even to the point where Esme was kind of questioning it. And questioning her ruthlessness between willing to kill Andy for his conflicted loyalties and, trying to kill all the construction workers or the electrician that they bribed, I guess 1 or 2 episodes prior, to tie up loose ends. And, her sister's calling her saying she was getting soft. Eventually, Andy confessed saying that she tried to reach out to Lauren, and Caitlin tried to reach out to her, telling him where they were. He never responded, and Riva decided to spare his life. You have Thunderbird and Eclipse and Caitlin going to reach out to Evelyn Whedon, the person who recruited Thunderbird years ago, and was one of the founders of the Mutant Underground cell. She was the middle woman between the X-Men and the Mutant Underground, and formed all the different cells around the country. But then she was berating Thunderbird for the incident in Atlanta in the season 1 finale, basically just crippling the whole Mutant Underground and half of them being scattered and being exposed somehow. But so she was reluctant to reach out to any other Mutant Underground contacts across the country, but she was willing to enough to refer him to a guy named Erg, and how they were they had a group of mutants who lived in the sewers, which I guess is that's a reference to the Murlocs. And you have Reed struggling to control his manifesting powers. Being able to disintegrate things that he touches. And last week's episode ended with Polaris' baby Dawn becoming sick and her calling out for help. So I guess we're gonna figure out how she's gonna get help for the baby.
It's been a while, Marcos. Still haven't learned to shave.
Try anything, you'll be short a triplet.
Easy. We're not looking for a fight. Quite the opposite, actually. We need your help.
My help? In what world do you think?
It's the baby. There's something wrong.
Sorry, security.
What's wrong with my kid?
The sooner you put that on, the sooner we'll get there, and the sooner you'll find out. Well, that's not very nice.
I'll stay out of my head then.
Quite a storm brewing in there. Interesting that you blame yourself.
What am I thinking now?
You want to redeem yourself as a daddy? Then do as you're told.
Well, we appreciate you coming down, but the Sergeant slammed. If you can just tell me what you got.
No, this is more than just a tip. I need to sit down with someone and explain the whole situation.
I'm sorry, but whatever you got, I can pass along.
Look,
but there's no way you're getting back there.
I'm not just some dude off the street, okay? I used to be on the job. I lost my daughter on 7/15. I've got skin in the game. I promise you, the sergeant will be extremely happy that he sat down with me.
I thought I just
Grab a
gave
seat
this
over
up.
there. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you.
So what prompted him to change his mind?
Dad, what's going on?
It's nothing.
Dad, your hands! Dad! Dad! Oh my God!
Oh!
I can hear sounds. Something's in there.
It's trapped.
You want to keep breathing? Don't move. Don't try anything. You're coming with us.
I'm Riva. I believe you've met everyone else?
Where's Lorna? They said something's wrong with my baby.
Your child has been diagnosed with a severe case of jaundice. Now, normally this is easily treatable, but this case has been stubborn.
Where are they?
First, you must understand you are a guest here. We expect that you
I don't
will...
care what you expect. My kid is sick. What are we wasting our time for?
When you see Lorna, your only conversation will be about the child.
Is this chick for real, Andy?
Marcos, bro, just listen to her. We didn't have to bring you here, you know.
Oh, I see how it is.
Just be grateful you're here, man.
You will help the baby, and then you will leave.
We should try to wake her again.
We just tried. At this point, her system is overwhelmed.
I'm just...
Hey, kiddo. Oh, she's so beautiful.
Is our people, Morlocks. Mutants living open and unafraid.
You're open and
Those of us who
unafraid, but
can
you
pass
live
in
in
the
a
world above,
sewer away
we
from
brand
society.
But these, we choose not to look like them. We choose freedom.
Well, we're fighting for freedom, too. Since the X-Men gave
The
us...
X-Men didn't fight for freedom, they fought for tolerance. You know what people tolerate? The things they hate.
That doesn't mean it's not worth fighting for.
Then help us.
What do you mean?
I have information you want. In exchange, I need assistance. And eyes in the world above.
Are you asking me to be a spy?
When you picked me up from that party at Emma's, those mutants came by, broke all the windows.
Yeah. You were terrified.
I was. But now what do you think? I broke those windows with my powers. Some boy was trying to grab me, so...
What? Lauren.
He backed off as soon as stuff started breaking. God. I was so freaked out. Could barely dial the phone to call you.
Why didn't you tell me?
I was going to. You gave me a big hug. I got in the car. You told me not to worry. Because your job was prosecuting mutants. You told me you'd protect me. From them. I don't want to hurt you. Or our family. But what if I had? Maybe things would be different with me. With Andy.
When you left in Nashville, I didn't want anyone to get hurt, so I let you go. I was wrong. I should have figured out another way to...
Marcos, please.
No. Lorna! They're lying to you! They're in your head!
Marcos, that's enough.
Don't let them do this to our family!
Marcos, don't do this.
Andy, get back!
I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
What are you talking about?
I made some calls. We know about what went down in Atlanta.
It's a long story.
That starts with you getting thrown out of Sentinel Services?
Actually, I quit. They were trying to blame me.
They gave me the rundown on you. The unprofessional behavior. The frivolous reports about dead mutant fugitive.
Listen to me! They're not dead! They're not dead. I just saw
Mr.
them.
Turner, just stop. I've already informed the department. It's time for you to go home.
I can see that. How'd he get free?
We can put thoughts in people's minds, but it's hard to overcome a feeling that strong. Our lives might have been easier if you just finished them off.
And that's why you're not in charge. You must remember that our plans are bigger than him. They're bigger than any of us. We are creating something special. Now let's get to work, girls. This revolution's not going to start itself.
So, given how intimidated Polaris and especially Andy are by Reva Page, it makes you wonder how much they're like in for the cause and how much they're just kind of sort of like realize they were in over their heads, especially given someone like her in charge. It's interesting how she was like ruthless enough to want to kill Andy when his loyalties were in question. Actually, but I guess it makes sense that she doesn't want to kill Marcos for Polaris' sake, because she knows that Polaris would no longer stand by her, and Reva wouldn't kill her either because she thinks that probably because one, Polaris may be too powerful to be overcome by her like sonic screams or sonic screams, and or the fact that she feels like being like the daughter of Magneto, who was also a Hellfire Club member at some point, that she's too powerful of an ally to lose. So that's why which is the only reason why I guess she kept Marcos alive rather than outright kill her, as the Stepford Cuckoo suggested. And Thunderbird, trying to act like a spy for the Morlocks, telling them about, the health department, the guy at the health department was bribed, but not going into the extent of like her deal with the Morlocks is probably going to come back to bite them in the ass without question. Like I said, it would have been nice to have some kind of explanation as to why like Turner is like still pursuing the Mutant Underground, because I mean, I saw in the promotional poster that he was going to still be a major character this season, but if he was still going to continue his pursuit, it's like, why even include that scene where he was talking to his wife and throwing away the files of the Mutant Underground, saying that he was giving up his vendetta? Like, it just felt like it kind of contradicted everything that happened he was doing in this episode, and like that felt like a scene that should have been left on the cutting room floor, quite honestly. If they were going to continue his arc of just still trying to go after the Mutant Underground. And, I'm glad that Lauren finally found out that Reed's powers were manifesting, even though it came at a worst possible time, with them getting that accident, almost being caught by the local law enforcement and Jace Turner. And, Lauren being enough of a voice of reason for Reed for him to come forward to Caitlin about his manifesting powers. And yeah, it was kind of, Marcos being taken to the Inner Circle's lair. Granted, the exact location, but naturally, being such a wreck from being separated from Polaris and Dawn, that he would like fight his way to get them both out of there, both through trying to reason with Polaris and just fighting through members of the Inner Circle, only to be overwhelmed by Reva's powers. But like I said, I think he's going to become, I guess, like being alienated from his girlfriend and daughter is going to make him, I guess, more like the most militant of the Mutant Underground, and at least as far as trying to combat the Inner Circle. And we still didn't get any indications like what kind of mission that their inner circle is preparing for, whether it's to break into some kind of location to get sort of information, maybe, you know, break mutants out from somewhere, from a detention facility. You know, who knows? You know, like I said, I'm looking forward to the episode next week. I probably have the same situation where I sadly have to work on Tuesday night, so I won't be able to watch it live, and so I won't be able to upload my reactions for The Gifted, Black Lightning, or Flash the same day. But I'll try to upload them as soon as possible, just based on my personal schedule. But anyway, guys, what do you think of this episode? Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. If you like this video, like, share, and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys soon. Take care.